Most notably, of course, the Green Bay Packers, where he was not only an asset to the organization and beloved and cheered often, also a good friend of Aaron Rodgers, and sometimes receivers and Aarons don't click, but you and Aaron are tight then, you're tight now. It's good to have you. By the way, let's go back to your relationship. Let's start it with there, because I think Aaron and Matt LaFleur are going to work fine. I think they're going to be really, really good together. I think Matt's going to appreciate off Marcus Mariota how gifted Aaron is, and I think Aaron's going to appreciate the youth and the uniqueness and the ideas and the progressive nature of a young coach. I think they'll be great. Matt Nagy and Trubisky, that ain't going to work forever. But let's start with you and Aaron Rodgers. When did you click and why?
We could click my rookie year, and the reason why I believe we clicked, it was authentic. Like, I'm a jokester, so just because Aaron Rodgers is the star quarterback, hey, you get the joke too. The joke is on you too, and I always came off like that, and it always was authentic. I never was trying to disrespect nobody. Right. Never came off like that, and I think when I started doing that and I let him know, like, you're just another guy. You're one of the guys, too. You're not up here. We're down here. You're one of the guys. And I think he kind of embraced me on that role, and then we just started getting closer and closer, started hanging out off the field and all that, and our relationship grew, and, you know, now we're here now. But,
by the way, you don't have to get along with people. I mean, Calvin Johnson was a very quiet person.
Yeah.
I don't think Calvin Johnson would always click if you were a Baker Mayfield or a Cam Newton or a big personality. Yeah. Calvin's a quiet guy, so he may click with certain people. Tom Brady's rare. He seems to get along with everybody, from Randy Moss to Wes Welker to Julian Edelman. AB and Big Ben don't ever appear like they were great friends. Yeah. I don't think you have to be, or am I wrong? Do receivers and quarterbacks have to be buds?
Not off the field, no. I mean, on the field, I mean, you can separate it. You could get on the field and let's go to work. Let's win some ball games. I'm one of the best at my position. You're one of the best at yours. Let's go out here. Let's dominate. Off the field, yeah, we don't got to hang out. Our families got to hang out. We don't got to be best buds. But when we get on the field, hey, let's be on the same page. Let's go to work and let's put a good product out there.
AB, I saw you at a Raiders practice.
Yeah.
How are you and AB? Tell me the story.
Me and AB are close. I mean, he's a good friend of mine. You know, just sitting there talking to him at Raiders camp. He's happy. They're happy that he's there. The buzz around there, I mean, you talk to Mark Davis, you talk to a lot of those guys who have sat down with him. They love him. They love him. They say he's an unbelievable team guy. They all embrace him. They love him. And you can tell that AB understands and believes in his heart that it's genuine. When it comes to the owners, when it comes to coach, when it comes to Derek Carr, he believes it's genuine, and he respects those guys.
He didn't in Pittsburgh.
Not with the quarterback.
Could I say this? He wasn't as valuable in Pittsburgh as he will be in Oakland. He will be more important in Oakland. Maybe I mean, Juju Smith-Schuster, Big Ben, James Washington, that organization wins every time a receiver leaves.
They have weapons, but to lose a player like that, I know it's easy to say that they're going to be fine now, but we got to wait till the season unfolds, because that is a big weapon that you're losing. I'm a fan of Juju. I think Juju's going to have a phenomenal year, but I think when teams start coming in there trying to take you, it's going to get harder. I think he will continue to have success, but losing a guy like that is going to be tough. The offense is just going to take off.
What about the helmet thing? I mean, I get everybody wants a helmet. Tom Brady's helmet this year weighs a pound more than last year.
Yeah.
It's a pain in the butt.
Yes.
But Tom's not holding out a camp.
No, and you're exactly right. And I feel the same way. Listen, every time you go to a different team or every time you start, I want my helmet. I've broken that helmet in. I've had that helmet my whole career.
I get it.
I want my helmet. But at the end of the day, it's not just you that has to change your helmet. Every receiver in the National Football League has to put on a helmet similar to yours. So it's not just you. Do I understand he wants his helmet, but at the end of the day, okay, you can't have it. We got to go out there and play and find us a helmet that we can play in.
All right. So that's a fair criticism. Yes. He got a little over dramatic on the helmet.
Yeah.
It's a reality of equipment. I want to ask you, I'm going to end it today with the Aaron Rodgers stuff. So I want to go into the Andrew Luck stuff. Listen, I get it. All you do with fans is, as an organization, we demand that you pay us a bunch of money, and then we encourage you to drink, and then we put you amongst other alpha males. And in a crowd, guys tend to act in football games goofier and more aggressively than they do in real life. Yeah. It's like Twitter. Yeah. Give somebody some anonymity, they're all tough guys. If some guy walked up to you that banged on you on Twitter, they'd be shaking and, can I have an autograph? Yeah. isn't some of this luck thing is? Luck's great.
Yes.
They pay a lot of money. There are 4 Bud Lights in. That nobody in Indy hates Andrew Luck. In fact, I would argue most great quarterbacks are polarizing. Yeah. Brady, you love him or hate him. He's married to a supermodel. You know, I mean, there's a hate factor with Tom. There's about a handful of great quarterbacks. Eli Manning's hard to hate. Andrew Luck's hard to hate. Russell Wilson's hard to hate. They're not booing Andrew. They're booing the situation.
I agree and I disagree because at the same time, you've seen this guy battle through injury after injury after injury, come back, play at a high level, give you everything he has. And for him to say, I'm stepping away from the game, for that to be your first reaction to boo him, I think that's disrespectful. I think your first reaction should have been to clap. And then maybe when you sat down, like, dang, man, you know what I mean? You probably could have thought about something. But right then and there, for him to walk off the field, all that he's been through, all that he's battling, you don't know what he's battling mentally. And everything that he's given you as a fan base, your star quarterback walking off the field, you boo him his last game in Indy just because he decided to walk away and choose his life over the game of football.
Now, again, I think that sounds great. But I said this yesterday or the day before. If you called off a wedding a week before, and by the way, you were right, it wasn't going to work. You were at each other's throats constantly. You didn't think it was fair to have children with a woman and then know you were going to leave the relationship. You were right to get out. But the first day and hour you announced it, the father-in-law, he wants a piece of you because you hurt his little girl. There is something about us. I mean, you're a smart guy. I never see you with a temper. But if you get a bad call in a football game and there's a guy holding your arm and there's no PI call, you're not in the best sorts, right?
You're not, but I just think the situation was different. Like, everybody's seen it on their phone. All right, so everybody had a chance to kind of digest this thing. I mean, it was dang near announced first quarter of the game, so he was on the sideline the whole time. So everybody's seen it. Everybody knew what was going on. So I just believe in that point in time right there, everybody in the stadium knew. Everybody on TV knew. Like, when he walks off the field, they should have put him on the Jumbotron. They should have said, thank you, Andrew. Everybody should have stood up clapping just because of what he done for that organization, what he's given that organization, all the injuries that he's fought through. I feel like the organization should have put up on that Jumbo. Thank you. Even if it was during the game, everybody knew. Thank you, Andrew. And everybody right there should have stood up and clapped. You do not boo the quarterback that has sacrificed so much and given Indy fans so much to cheer for over the years. You do not boo him off the field. Let me
go back to Aaron Rodgers, who you have a strong relationship with. Now, people will say, of course, James is going to support him here. I do think Aaron's fine. I said this earlier. It doesn't matter if it's Beyonce. It doesn't matter if it's Elvis Presley. You can go back in time. The really gifted people. I don't think Tom Brady's really gifted. I think he's talented and a grinder. Mm-hmm. I don't think Derek Jeter is gifted. I think A-Rod's gifted. I think Derek's talented and a grinder. Aaron's in a different classification. He's in the John Elway. No, I mean, there's about 6 of these guys. You're like, oh, they're different. Yeah. Brett Favre's in this. Yeah. Like, they're just different. When in music, in entertainment, in acting, there's Leonardo DiCaprio. Samuel L. Jackson. Yeah. When you're talented, not just to grind, I'm a grinder. Yeah. Okay, I got a bad voice. I still slur. I'm a mess. But when you're talented, you are more difficult because since 6th grade, things have come easier. Yeah. And so I do think Aaron's difficult, but I'm okay with Aaron's difficult. But I think this thing's going to work.
Yes.
I do. I just kind of feel like Aaron needed a young guy in the room. Yeah. I mean, McCarthy looked like a Milwaukee cop. Aaron looks like a model from L.A. Even their body chemistry, they were like different cats. So take me to what you think the relationship is going to look like.
Well, when I went out there for training camp, I was talking to him about the relationship, and he was basically saying that, listen, everybody's blowing this thing up too much. Like, me and Coach LaFuleur have a great relationship. We meet 2-3 times a week. We talk. The communication is great. He was talking to me about the offensive system, loves the movement, it's constant movement. So I know everybody wants to get on, oh, man, the audible is this. He was telling, there is not even going to be a lot of time to audible in this offense. We're doing a lot of movements.
Pre-snap.
Yes, pre-snap. So we're going to get a lot of good looks from the defense that we want. It's going to be a lot of easier throws. So it's not like when we play with Coach Mike, we just line up and, okay, I'll get you in the right play. It's a lot of movement. So the audible situation is not even going to be that big of a situation unless it gets in a 2-minute situation or something like that. But I think the main thing that I took from it is he respects Coach LaFuleur. He knows Coach LaFuleur, knows what he's talking about offense, knows what he's talking about quarterbacks, even though that Aaron Rodgers is probably the best quarterback that he's ever had. But he respects him, and he's basically embraced the whole role of new offense, and this is how it's going to go. So I think the relationship is going to be great just because they both respect each other at a high level.
All right, James Jones, Thursday Night Football returns on Fox, the NFL Network, and Amazon Prime Video this year. Kickoff Week 4, Eagles-Packers. Boy, that'll be a good game. NFL Network exclusively carries Thursday Night Football games weeks 2 and 3. James Jones, we love having you. I watch all the time on NFL Network. You're crushing it.
Appreciate it, my man.
You're crushing it.
Thank you.
I think we take a break here, right? Whenever I interview somebody without a commercial, first of all, I got a head cold.
That's okay.
James, I am good. I'm out there this week. I get a pass on this stuff. By the way, all you guys, when I'm 70 doing this show and do this, don't call me a crazy old man. I'm crazy middle-aged man. Okay, this is just who I am. Do you ever feel like ticketing websites to events make it harder to get a reasonably priced ticket? SeatGeek realized this, and that's where they came in. They said, listen, just because we're big doesn't mean we don't want this to be a great experience and an easy experience. So if you're searching sports tickets or live music, concerts, comedy, SeatGeek has the tickets you're looking for all in one place. Okay, why is SeatGeek better? Go to their app store. Over 50,000 5-star reviews. Customer satisfaction, you'll see it. I got the SeatGeek app on my phone. 2 taps, took me 90 seconds. Fast, easy, and find tickets. Okay, it's very easy. They code it. You'll see the good ones, the ones with value. Right now, $10 off your first SeatGeek purchase. All you got to do is use the promo code Cowherd. COWHERD. SeatGeek app, sports, concerts. I've gone to concerts using it, comedy, and more. SeatGeek, the tickets you're looking for, all in one place. $10 off. Use Cowherd in the promo box.